you know. Production wise, I feel like, I mean, Ace is one of the greatest rappers ever lived, one of the greatest artists ever lived. And I feel like his production, even though, he's scored films, there was a film called Bushwick. He did all the sound. He's done video game stuff. If you look, like, his production is very, very special. And he's worked with great, Blockhead has done a lot of his. I don't think that, well, I don't even, me, I recognize the brilliance and the energy of his production that adds to his own work, because he produces, the majority of his own work recently. Um, and I want to tap in. I want that, I'm lucky, the record before this, it was Quelle. Quelle is a great rapper too. Another example of a great rapper who also makes amazing production. Let me get some of that production. I like rhyming, you know what I mean? I like to rhyme with you, but hey, let me rap over some of that stuff too. You know what I mean? Um, so but it isn't, being able to spend so much time with Ace, it isn't the same as just a producer sending beats over and me being like, I like this, I like this. We get to go back and forth and we get to talk, even though we're not in the same physical location right now. um you know the communication, the collaborative communication of speaking on a regular basis definitely adds to what beats are selected, how they're used, and everything like that. Yeah. I mean, when I first got started, I had more of a, worldwide takeover mindset, a more fame, notoriety oriented mindset. But that is, I still would love for my music to reach everybody in the world. You know what I mean? Like, without a doubt, I would, um, I would love that. But it's like a rhyme I say on Extinction. Is it better to be talented or famous? I admit to you, I wish that I was both. But if I only could choose one to be my favorite, the answer is talent, and it isn't even close. You know what I'm saying? When I first started off, I was like, yo, I got these bars and I got this gift. Part of the success is the, whatever certain type of look, certain type of, is certain notoriety and also certain acclaim. You know what I'm saying? And this is, like I say, I'm very grateful when people appreciate my records. I'm very, very grateful. But I did get lost for a while, around the time of Dusty and around, when I started developing certain habits. I did get caught up in, like, a recognition component, you know what I mean, that took away from my art, took away from my pure expression, you know what I mean. So when I started off, there was a lot of love in it. um and there's a lot of love in it now, but I feel more gratitude about the art that I make in itself, even though I still feel that it's a powerful tool for spreading my energy and my frequencies, what I feel I'm here to do, you know what I mean. So I mean, I don't know if that answers your question, but I guess to make a long story short, when I first started rapping, there was more of a focus. Now I do my best to concentrate on the art more than anything else. I that's what's changed. Now I catch myself focusing on things that aren't the art, and I say, stop that. You don't want to do that too much. Whereas before, I would get caught up in that a great deal. I think a lot of the way that hip hop is presented, in terms of, I wrote an article called Jailhouse Rock. And people that listen to my records are familiar with what I think of media as. When I say media, I'm talking about, mainstream media. They know that I think that there are reasons and purposes for why things are popular, for why some things are popularized and why other things aren't. You know what I mean? And I think racism is a major factor in the way in what hip hop is popularized and what hip hop isn't. And I think that this, age limit thing, I think that there's all types of things done to take the brilliance and the artistry and the purity out of this art because of racism. We want to present this as a thing that's not to be taken seriously. This is a kids thing. Oh, so only kids can do this. You know what I mean? Like, little young, whatever, baby. This is a kids thing. This is kids stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't even got to be able to, like, even what people think of as rap has changed. It ain't rap every time a person of color open their mouth. That ain't rap. You know what I mean? Rap is a certain thing with rhymes. Rap is a certain thing. But the presentation of it, and I just think that that's a leg of it. The age out. You could age out of rhyming. Like this isn't a real. You can't age out of painting. You can't age out of playing a violin. But this, oh, you could age out of this, does more to reinforce the, oh, this is kid stuff. This is not to be taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? The title for the album, I talked over with my love, and she we talked about the fact that I was in two different places. You know what I mean? Like I spoke to you about, you know, and the Taijitu is that yin and yang symbol. You know what I mean? That's what a Taijitu is, with the, you know, half of it is white with the dot and the other half is black with the dot. And you know, all these songs are me, even though they're different parts of my journey, they all me. So even though there's that duality, dichotomy going on, you know what I'm saying? And Angelito is, you know, what my grandmother calls me, what people in my family call me, it means little angel. My name is Angel. So it's just a combination of Angelito, the little angel, and the Taijitu. It gets Angelito. You know what I'm saying? That's where this title come from. But it was a, I think, so some titles are like that. Some titles are, we have a theme. Okay, there's duality here. It's still all me. It represents itself sonically and also lyrically, you know what I mean? And also energy wise. That's a lot of what this project about. How could we encapsulate that? And we'll have, you know, brainstorm and then the title will come up, you know? Other titles, you know, Lights Team, baby. I'm like, yo, this is heat. This is the Lights Team, baby. And let's call it Lights Team, baby. You know, there's not really that much thinking about it, you know? You know, West Coast. I'm shout out a couple of, you know, West Coast, you know, rap songs that I remember, you know what I mean, in the joint, you know what I mean? Like West Coast is really just a showcase, you know what I mean? FYI has an amazing, Ace is so good with the vocal samples. I mean, it was his idea and Go Hard to chop up the LL for the hook, you know what I'm saying? And there's an amazing Roxanne Shante vocal sample on FYI, which is not out yet, but you know, you get a chance to hear it. Information, and that turned to FYI for your information, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, titles come from different places, but yeah, you know, but when the right one hits, I know it's time to start thinking about it. Yeah, I draw a lot of inspiration from the world around me that I see. You know, I see a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. I myself um, begin to feel it at times and want to keep it at bay and want to remember that it's illusory and I don't need to allow it to affect me. So that really inspires me a lot of times to focus on what I do believe, which will come out of my art because I write on a regular basis. So I wind up writing all these rhymes, and I think sometimes my rhymes are like a superpowered me. Like I'm hyping myself up. You know what I mean? Like I might walk around during the day. You know, even today I've had something on my mind based on something that I heard yesterday. You know, just about this thing to worry about. You know what I mean? And if I write a rhyme today, I won't be surprised if it's like, yo, I would never worry about that. Even though I am worrying about that, but not worrying about it to a degree, but just I haven't completely eradicated it and scraped it off my shoe, you know, but in the rhyme I will have scraped it off my shoe, you know. It's like the rhyme is super me, you know what I mean? And then I'll listen to that and I'll be like, yo, this dude is, I want to be like this dude.
I'm not going to keep you. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure, man. Thanks so much for helping spread the word. And you know, let me know when this is released, and thanks for helping spread the word. Peace.